What's up, losers? Katie3 here. I know, guys, I know. The irony, the audacity of this person calling me a loser when he has 10 hours in this game on release day. I haven't even been asleep since this game dropped. It's okay though, cause I'm getting money. Speaking of money, for $1 you can get Xbox Game Pass for 14 days, and Persona 5 Tactica is on Xbox Game Pass. That's how I'm playing it. So if you got $1 and a PC or an Xbox, go and get this game and try it out for yourself. Anyways, I'm here to give you my thoughts on the game after my 10-hour session. I swear I didn't set it up to be like that. I completed the first kingdom and just happened to be at exactly 10 hours. But let's get to it because I'm honestly trying to finish the game by the end of the weekend. I'm skipping this weekend's Splatfest so I can finish it. Team Shiver, by the way. The footage I'll be using is from the very beginning of the game to avoid revealing anything that may be deemed a spoiler to the viewer. I'll also be talking about features and the synopsis of the story, but will be going no further. And out of respect for Atlas, I will be abiding by their content sharing guidelines, and you will see nothing past the last save point in the second area until after December 31st, 2023. I'm trying to get in them Atlas buildings one day, you feel me? Let's get to it. Joker and his Phantom Thief friends are chilling and having fun in LeBlanc, when all of a sudden they end up in a different world. Before they can get used to their surroundings, they're confronted by some knights and their queen, who manages to overwhelm and capture the Phantom Thieves with her power. Everyone except for Joker and Morgana. They're rescued by the leader of a group of rebels who has been battling against the queen's forces for a while. They regroup at LeBlanc, which happens to be their hideout as well. Before I get to the hideout, can we talk about how amazing this game looks? I know a lot of people were complaining when the game was revealed the first time because they didn't want to pay $60 for a chibi looking game, but me personally, I'm a big fan of the art style. The visuals kind of remind me of Panty and Stalking, one of my favorite anime. If you're cultured, go ahead and hit that like button for me. When you're in the hideout, you can do things like talk to your team about the current state of affairs. You'll be rewarded with skill points to unlock points in your character's skill trees. That's right, you don't get your skills through level ups in this game. You earn skills through missions, quests, and talking to everyone in the hideout. Each character's skill trees contain multiple branches depending on how you prefer to play the game. This game contains some very nice quality of life features as well. For example, if I want to try a different skill in my skill tree, I can simply remove one skill and my points will be refunded to use for another one. Very nice. What's a Persona game without the Velvet Room? Don't worry, it makes its return. You can even visit it from your hideout. The Velvet Room works like any other game. There's a compendium, you can fuse, all that jazz. But one massive difference is that you can't swap between personas in this game, at least not in the traditional sense. You see, each character has their main persona, and they can also have a sub-persona that works more like a piece of equipment that boosts your stats. Each persona will have their own unique skill and a skill that they can inherit from personas that they use as fusion material, so 2 skills max. I actually was struggling towards the end of the first chapter because I was fusing so much that I couldn't equip my party members with personas, so they would end up dying pretty quickly. If you need some money, you can dismantle weapons that you're not using. Lavenza can sell you ranged weapons as well. Now let's move on to the place where all this matters, the battlefield. When it's time to fight, you'll be asked to do things such as wiping out enemies, escaping, destroying things, and our worst nightmare, escort missions. You can prepare for your fight by swapping party members and their sub-personas to suit your needs before the battle begins. One of my favorite things about this game is how smooth the movement is. Maybe I haven't played enough tactical RPGs, but watching a character move without it looking unnatural in games like this just wows me. While moving around, you can do stuff like hide behind cover to avoid damage, as well as attack your enemies in many different ways. Melee attacks are actually much better in this game since it causes them to lose any resistances they may have, leaving them susceptible to a knockdown the next time that they're attacked as long as it's in the same turn. Some enemies may also be nervous when the battle starts, so you can get free knockdowns from that too. I've been getting most of my knockdowns using the ranged weapons. Remember before how I mentioned that Lavenza can sell you those? Well, there's different types. You can get a more powerful short ranged weapon or a weaker, longer ranged weapon. I go with the latter and stack the range with skills that make my range go even farther. Like always, getting the knockdown is super important in this game, not just for combat reasons. Remember that the objective is not always the same. There's a side quest in the first kingdom that wants you to make it to the other end of the map on your first turn. I was mind blown because I was not expecting the game to ask me to do something like this early in the game. But by properly strategizing, taking advantage of knockdowns and manipulating enemy positioning to help rack up the knockdowns so I could move farther and farther into the map, I was able to finish the side quest with ease. I'm very happy that this game actually has some challenge to it. My mind might be changed later, but for now, I'm satisfied and feel properly rewarded. Speaking of rewarded, with each quest comes 3 challenges. The first is always just completing the mission. The second or third will either be finishing the mission within a certain amount of turns, avoiding getting hit a certain amount of times, or completing the quest without anyone getting KO'd. If you want to level up fast, you want to complete these challenges. I ended up reaching level 30 by the end of the first kingdom because I completed the challenges for most of the missions. The ones toward the end were getting pretty tough, so I had to go back and do those. Doing these challenges gives you more EXP and money than just completing the mission. Also, there's no separate levels for the party members. The whole group shares the same level, so no need to worry about separately grinding for each character or anything like that. Very nice. Time for the conclusion. Is this game worth $60? To me, absolutely. I love what Atlus has done with their spin on tactical RPGs. Strategizing to beat the challenges in the game is a very challenging, rewarding, and most importantly, fun task. Each persona has their different uses due to the limited skills that they can have, so you have to keep swapping them as well as your party members around to meet your needs in the moment, adding to the challenge. The game looks beautiful and it's easy to run if you have a PC. My hardware is very old and I was able to get a consistent 165 FPS while I was playing with everything maxed out at 1080p. Oh, and something I forgot to mention is that the soundtrack is great. Sometimes I find myself just jamming out to the LeBlanc theme. Come and listen to one of these bops with me for a bit. Alright, you guys should get the point by now. If you've been hesitant to get this game, get it, man. The game's legit. If I had any complaints about this game, it's Atlus's content sharing restrictions on it. I wanted to do a playthrough for you guys on YouTube, but I wouldn't be able to finish it until sometime in January due to the restrictions, but I've got some great content coming for you guys. I will be doing a co-op playthrough of Persona 5 Royal with a complete noob, so if you want to see that live, make sure you follow me on Twitch. My card link will take you straight there in the description. If you don't want to go to Twitch, I'll still be uploading my playthrough in parts onto YouTube, but you'll have to wait a bit longer. Anyways, I got a game to finish. Shoo.
And I'm out. Later, losers.